Have you ever asked yourself, can a paintbrush, a melody, or even a poem change the world? Maybe it's just me, but if this intrigued you, this video might change how you view the world and yourself. Aristotle might disagree, but I like to define art as the beautiful mess that is human creativity, emotion, and intellect. Even though the definition of what art is has been a touchy subject between philosophers for years. Aristotle thought that art was an imitation of reality. Kant came in and argued that art is aesthetic judgment. Tolstoy saw it as the expression of human emotions. Hegel added to the chaos by classifying art. And then cinema arrived after Hegel, so Canuto wanted to classify cinema as the sixth art, replacing dance. But he died before his theory, the manifest of the seven art, could be acknowledged. So cinema ended up becoming the seventh art. And well, after that, the art classification system just ended up looking like a mess. And today we're still debating whether there are 10 or 11 arts. So yes, trying to define art is like trying to solve a never-ending puzzle. This is why I prefer my definition of art that I actually found during a vacation in Barcelona. And I know you might be thinking, what the hell is she talking about? Well, let me explain. I stumbled upon the MoCo Museum and I found the slogan that changed my life. In art, we trust. And I was like, yeah, that's my new motto. Because art has always been my safe place. Even during my most epic heartbreaks, movies, music, and poetry have healed me more than you can imagine. Which reminds me of this amazing scene in the Dead Poets Society.
We don't read and write poetry because it's cute. We read and write poetry because we are members of the human race. And the human race is filled with passion. Medicine, law, business, engineering, these are noble pursuits and necessary to sustain life. But poetry, beauty, romance, love, these are what we stay alive for.
Going back to heartbreaks, during my last heartbreak, I read Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur, and it has become my heartbreak bible. Rupi Kaur has healed a lot of hearts through her poetry, and actually this isn't surprising. This is why they invented arts therapy. It's scientifically proven to boost your mood and reduce your stress. Studies show that creating and engaging with art can decrease depression and anxiety. That's the magic of art. It's more than just painting and drawing, it's a journey of self-discovery and healing. It provides a safe space to explore your emotions and confront your fears. Whether it's children in hospitals, survivors with PTSD, or anyone struggling with mental health, art therapy has proven to be a very effective tool for healing. So next time you feel overwhelmed, maybe try to pick up a paintbrush or a pencil and create something. Even artists have used art as their therapy. Beyond Frida Kahlo's paintings, there's a story of immense pain and resilience. When she was 6 years old, she was diagnosed with polio. And like if that wasn't enough, at 18, she got into a huge bus accident which caused her multiple fractures of her spine, pelvis, and leg. These injuries caused her long life pain and many surgeries. And it's during her recovery that Frida started to paint. For Frida, art helped her process her trauma. So if art can heal individuals, why couldn't art heal the whole world? They do say, be the change you want to see in the world. A theory that paints pretty well how art by healing individuals could heal the world is the butterfly effect. The butterfly effect related to the chaos theory was introduced by the meteorologist Edward Lorenz. The weather being a chaotic system implies that tiny changes can have big effects and is unpredictable because small changes can lead to a different outcome. This is why we say that tiny changes like a butterfly flapping its wings could lead to a potential storm weeks later. And this also explains why weather forecasts are so unreliable. And that's also why sometimes you end up leaving your umbrella home only to come back soaking wet by the rain. I guess that the butterfly effect is nature's way of saying that small things matter. In the same way, a single piece of art, a single act of creativity can create change that spreads beyond the artist. Think about it. When you listen to a song that moves you, you might share it with a friend. That friend might share it with their friend, and so on. Each person touched by this song are influenced or inspired in ways that can't always be predicted. It then becomes a chain reaction of inspiration and emotion. So imagine a world where a single stroke of paintbrush or a single note could unlock the human heart. It seems utopic, right? Well, have you heard of reggae music? No, it's not just a bunch of stone dudes listening to Bob Marley. Reggae is actually very deep. In the late 1960s, Jamaica gave birth to a new sound that would captivate the world, reggae. But reggae is more than just music, deeply linked to the spiritual beliefs of Rastafarianism. The music of reggae often carries messages from this faith, speaking of a utopian world called Zion and rejecting the oppressive society they call Babylon. In the 1970s, Jamaica faced political violence and economic hardship. Political violence between the People's National Party and the Jamaica Labour Party turned the streets, especially in Kingston, into battlegrounds. During this time of chaos, reggae music became a powerful voice for the people. It spoke about their struggles, their hopes, and their desires for peace and justice. The One Love Peace concert by Bob Marley remains a testament to the enduring message of reggae, that even in the face of adversity, music can bring hope and healing. Reggae isn't just music, it's a religion and a political statement. Bob Marley wasn't just singing about love and peace. He was spreading hope and fighting for justice. He used his music to address issues like poverty, oppression, and human rights. Songs like Get Up, Stand Up, and One Love are not just catchy tunes. They were songs for justice and unity. Bob Marley's music inspired millions of people to think about social issues and take action. And reggae's influence didn't stop in Jamaica. It spread globally, inspiring movements for justice and peace. In the UK, reggae also influenced bands like The Clash, who also used their music to address social issues. Talking about the punk rock movement, I can't make a video on art changing the world without talking about the queen, Vivienne Westwood. Vivienne Westwood wasn't just making clothes. She was making statements. She took on the fashion industry like a rebel with a cause, using her platform to fight for climate change and human rights. Her designs were like punk rock poetry, chaotic, rebellious, and undeniably powerful. Vivienne Westwood's fashion was more than just style. It was a form of activism. She used her runway shows as a way to communicate her message. Every piece she created was a statement against the establishment and a call for change. She challenged the fashion industry's norms, pushing boundaries and encouraging others to join her in her fight for a better world. But it's not just music and fashion. Art in all its forms is a tool for social change. Street art brings people together, transforming spaces and sparking conversations. And it serves as a visual reminder of the issues we face and the changes we seek. Art has this incredible ability to bring people together. It helps us see the world through different eyes. So when we talk about art changing the world, to me it doesn't seem like a utopia. It's happening every day. Music, fashion, movies, they all have the power to inspire change and promote healing on a larger scale. Each piece of art is a spark that can ignite a revolution. So do you think art could change the world? I'm convinced it can. Art saved me from countless heartbreaks. Art gave me a reason to dance when the world seemed to be crumbling. Whether it's painting, writing, or dancing, I think that art can be a great form of self-care. And maybe this is your sign to finally start that artistic hobby that you've been thinking about. And remember, in art, we trust.